Hello and welcome to class. I'm your instructor, Dr. Jensen, and welcome to CCJ 3701, Research Methods in Criminology. I'm excited that you're here. This is going to be a great semester, and I know that the rumor is this is the hard class of the major, it's the toughie. We're going to do this together. It's going to be a lot of fun. It will feel more like a workshop than a class, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's been positive for both myself and students so far, and I just want to reassure you not to be too worked up about it because I hear lots of funny things before the semester begins. But first, again, welcome to class. I will go through an agenda and what to expect. I will tell you a little bit about me. There is no textbook for this class, as you may have noticed, so no, you're not missing anything. We have class goals and what you will learn, expectations of you, what you should expect from me, others that will be involved in the class, and how to be successful. You do have some required software you need to buy, and I will talk about that shortly. But you can use a free version of it at University of Florida, so you don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but I'll show you some options available. So this is me, and I promise in future videos you will see my smiling face talking to you eventually on your screen. If you've never had a class from me, you can pay attention to my background. You'll find it useful if you're trying to make connections or you have questions about careers and graduate school and those things. If you already have had a class from me, then you can skip this part. But my PhD was at the University of Oklahoma. I'm a Sooner. I did a Master of Social Work degree at University of Louisville. I also did another master's degree and a bachelor's degree at Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas. And I previously taught at Brigham Young University, or BYU, for over 7 years. I was an associate professor, and I came here to the University of Florida specifically to teach this class because it was my highest rated course, and I love teaching it. I love this course. It's a skill class, and it is fun. You get to kind of work on different projects on a piece of software, and it's kind of like putting a puzzle together. And I really love being a Gator, and I hope you do too. Just a quick note, I am like you. I recently completed a 100% online master's degree at Louisville in that social work degree that I did. So I have been on the other side of the keyboard doing 3 years of coursework 100% online. It was a challenge for sure, and so I identify with what you're going through, and I want you to know that I've been there before. Very recently, I finished that degree last year. So I have some great ideas from that experience from the student perspective, and I hope to be able to bring that into what I do and how I teach. Where I have worked, practiced, and partnered: probation offices, drug courts, health and welfare, juvenile justice, shelters, prisons and jails, sheriff's offices, metropolitan law enforcement, and police academies. I've kind of been everywhere and done all kinds of things, so I know a little about a lot of stuff. And I currently work as an advisor as well, and so I can help you with some of that soul searching you have. If you're looking to change careers or do something different and you want information about it, I can guide you there. Again, there is no text work. We are doing hands-on learning. Materials for learning are mostly from articles and best practices, and I walk you through step by step on how to use these tools in a number of videos, so do not take the videos for granted because they will make your life easier. Research methods and statistics is taught in an applied manner for your job. So it's kind of like, again, a workshop. If you're going to a workshop and learning how to use a piece of software, that's what this class is going to feel like. We have no discussion boards, we have no exams, but we will have regular group communication times, and we do have labs. So that's mostly what we're going to be working on, and this class is required to offer a major paper at the end. So that is your big piece of work that you do, but I let you work on it along the way, and I get to see sections of it ahead of time so we can build it as we go, and it's not this great big thing weighing you down in December. So that will tell you a little bit about how the class is set up. Our class goals is to get you comfortable using SPSS. That is our primary tool. SPSS stands for Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. That's actually what that means. We're going to practice the basics of social research, especially as they pertain to studying crime, and then bringing all these skills together that you get to practice in the labs into a paper or research report. at the end of class. So you get to build tables and you get to do graphs and kind of pull all the language together and run stats and do something really useful that you can use in any career, not just criminology or criminal justice. Stats are everywhere, and this shows you how we go about doing it. My expectations of you do need to use SPSS software. That is required. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in the upcoming slides. Be patient and pardon our dust. I've recently redesigned this entire class with new navigation to make it more organized and easier to find stuff you're looking for. So that was feedback I received in prior offerings of the class, which I take very seriously. And I generously worked together with a curriculum designer, and we put lots more color and tools and tabs in place to help you navigate a lot better. And so I'm grateful for that feedback from my prior students that are going to make this easier for you. So again, as we kind of put all these new formats in place, please be patient with me. Be hands-on and active. Make sure you communicate often and early for help. Reminder, this is a 4-credit class, preparation on skills, practice labs, and a big final paper at the end. So this is a heavier workload than the 3-credit classes you're used to. You will be spending 12 to 16 hours a week on average, and I've had students spend many hours on the labs. So just keep in mind you're going to have to set some time aside to work through the videos and the labs and actually analyze your data and produce your answers at the end of the lab on a worksheet. This course meets the University of Florida Gordon Rule, meaning you have to produce 24,000 words of research and writing in order to get your degree. This is a state of Florida legislature requirement at all major universities in the University of Florida that you have this research and writing practice. So this is not me trying to torture you with a big paper. This is actually a state of Florida rule. But I try to do everything I can to help you produce something great. This often turns into a writing sample for law school or graduate school, or something you can show to an employer to show off your skills of what you know how to do. So it'll be a really great piece of writing that you have, but we are required to do it. What you should expect from me: email responses 24 to 48 hours. I try to get to people as quickly as I can, and this class is kind of my priority class to do that because it is required to graduate, whereas the other classes I teach are electives. I have 2 graduate teaching assistants and tutors also available for help. I can do phone calls, Skype sessions, FaceTime to troubleshoot. If you're working on a variable and you just can't figure out what to do, please call me. I have virtual office hours from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, every day. But as I know and you know, most of the time online students are working at night and on the weekends. So you can call me at night. You can call me after dinner. Just be mindful of bedtime. I do have children, and it is a school night occasionally, and we have to make sure that we keep quiet for everybody else that is working and going to school in the household. So don't call too late at night. And if I can't pick up, then I won't. But I answer my phone pretty continuously, and I try to be available as much as I can. But my dedicated office hours are mornings, as you can see. But again, you can call on Sundays or Sunday nights or Saturday mornings. I'm around. I will provide you reassurance when you make mistakes. It's how we learn, and that's why you're here. So you will mess up in this class for sure. Plan on it. But the point is to eventually figure out what you're doing wrong and fix it, and then you won't mess up as much. But I will tell you right now, the students that mess up the most actually get the best grade because they really learn how to do things from so many different perspectives, and they have to troubleshoot a lot more, which makes them better at the skill and the software. It's actually incredible how that happens. So please don't feel like a failure in this class. You're going to mess up. You're going to have a lab partner. You can have students you work on labs together with and compare answers, kind of like a math class. If you're working on the same data and on the same lab, then you should be getting the same answer. And you can coach each other through things, and I can coach you too. So please, again, communicate a lot. Do not suffer in a vacuum and secretly hate this class and burn all of us in effigy on the internet. So I'm here to help you and make sure you can pass. Here is the software we're talking about. So SPSS, Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. The first option, use a free version. This is provided to you by virtue of your student fees at the University of Florida. It's an app. So if you go to apps.ufl.edu, you will use your GatorLink login to access all the apps that University of Florida has. And you just have to type in SPSS and it will take you to kind of a virtual desktop version of that software that you can use. I have actually tested this software myself. It runs on several terabytes of servers. It does not crash, although I will say occasionally it runs a little slow based on the user's connection speed. So if you have slow internet or intermittent connectivity, or everybody in your household is streaming something at the same time, then yes, you could get some disruptions to the performance of it. So that's kind of more on your internet provider side rather than the University of Florida side, because it's on a pretty beefy server to run all the time. And I coach you through how to use this interface so that you know where to navigate and how to save stuff and things like that. So I would say about 90% of students just use the free version located on apps.ufl.edu. However, if you'd like to just buy the software yourself, you can do that. You can buy your own license. There is a website called onthehub.com. This is an educational vendor website that offers discounted software to university students. And you just have to use your .edu email address to create a free account. And you can go onto their website and buy the IBM SPSS Statistics Standard Grad Pack for either Windows or Mac. And you do the 6-month rental. It'll get you access to the software for 6 months. Right now it's around $55 to do that. If you see yourself writing a senior thesis or doing more research in the future, you might want to buy the 12-month version, which is only $30 more, and then you can have it for longer. But again, this is optional. Again, you can use apps.ufl.edu with Mac or Windows, or you can buy a license and install it on your hard drive. It is your choice. So you may just want to try the free one first, and then if you have a preference, you can purchase this one at any time in the semester. Okay, how to be successful. Treat this course like a capstone course and training for your criminology career. This is how we know what we know in our field. We have to do research. We have to get data, and we have to analyze that data and figure out what the result or the solution is. Keep a data log. You may want to purchase an extra notebook to keep of all your notes when you're running analyses, or keep some Word documents handy or notes, electronic notes on your computer, because you're going to be using close to 100 different variables in this class, and they all have names and they all have codes, and you just got to keep your notes on them so you don't get confused, because you're going to be doing lots of things in lots of places and different days of the week. So that is what I would recommend to you as far as how to stay organized. Make sure you dedicate time each week to this class. It is required to graduate, and you don't want to have to retake it. That has happened occasionally, and it is always unfortunate. So make sure you put the time in and reach out ahead of time when things aren't working well. Install or obtain your software early. So that's your first assignment for the week, is to get familiar with SPSS, or go make your purchase if you choose to do that. Use good file storage habits and naming conventions. So make sure you have a folder set aside for this class. We're going to have a lot of stuff, a lot of files, output, worksheets, paper projects, all kinds of items that you're going to want to hang on to. So just make sure you stay good on that, and save often and save early. Be honest about what works, what doesn't, and what is confusing. I really would like to know. And I occasionally do have students that retake the class, and I'm very interested in their feedback to see kind of where some of the stressful, challenging parts of the class were, where the pitfalls are, and how we can provide safeguards for those, or better make people aware of them, or try to get the obstacles out of their way. So please let me know. This is, to me, one of the most important classes in the major, because it introduces you to big data. This is a skill that many different criminal justice agencies pay a lot of money for people to do, and you're going to learn how to do it. So I've often had students end up becoming freelance consultants because they know how to do this. Normally, maybe their police department had to find a company to do a survey for them. Well, now they get to do the survey and they get to make money instead of having to hire a company. So this is a really big deal to enter the world of big data and learn how to do all this great stuff to use science to find out answers to the burning questions we have. So again, welcome to class. Enjoy it, flex your muscles, jump in, take it seriously, plan ahead, dedicate the time, and you're going to have a great experience here. So go Gators, and I'll see you soon in video.